Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 9, and we have had a lot of building out going on this last week. It's been a week since I last showed you in vlog number 8 what we had going on, and so there's a lot of framing that has gone up in this past week, and a lot of duct work, a lot of duct work that has happened in this last week as well. So I'm going to kind of tour you through the space. It's a little bit dark. It's a darker day here in Arizona, unfortunately, but where you're right now looking into is the waiting area. So this is about 12 foot wide. It's pretty long. We're going to be able to have about 10 chairs inside of this area. And it's coming along. You can see in a commercial space how they do all metal framing, no wood framing inside of this space. So, and if you just kind of take a look down here, this right here is where we would actually have a glass wall with a door that would open up into the hallway. And so that is the hallway that you're looking at down there. And inside of this space is the first treatment room. And it has the window inside of the treatment room, but these rooms are about 12 foot by 14 foot. If you turn around, that is actually looking inside of the front office area. And to give you a little bit of perspective of where the front door is in comparison to there, there's the front door. And then as we pan right, this right here is actually like a pillar that's going to be here. So you'll have the front desk reception area right here, and then there'll also be a checkout part of the front desk right here, so it's kind of like in an L-shaped pattern. If you come in this way, this right here will be a door, and as you enter into the door, that right there is the manager's office, and actually Ashley will have a desk in there as well. But pretty big space. I think it's about 16 foot long by 8 foot wide. So plenty of room in there to have a lot of, different supplies and enough workspace for definitely 2 people inside of this area. And you can see here the vlog that we did last week, they had cut out a lot of this concrete here for the plumbing. They've already filled all of that concrete back in, so they got moving on that pretty quick. And so let's go ahead and head down the hallway into the restrooms here. So the first 2 rooms right here, these are the restrooms. So I'm not sure which one will be male, female, but 8 by 8 restrooms, which is the ADA standard, and you have 2 of those. And you can kind of see where the toilets will actually be in there. And then we're gonna have some nice vanities right here, of course. So nothing too special about these. If you turn around right there, that's the second treatment room. So the same size as the first treatment room, and again, every treatment room does have a window in it. And then these actually, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but this right here will all be glass. So the fourth wall on all of the rooms will be a glass wall with a glass door going into the rooms, which will just make everything seem open. It'll allow some natural light in from those rooms into the hallway, to make it really nice, I think. So, and then this right here is the third treatment room, most likely where my room will be. And then as we keep working our way back here, this room that I'm entering in, this will be a sound booth room. So we'll actually have a sound booth right here, and then the testing desk right here with the audiometer, and then the door going into the sound booth right here. So a pretty cozy room here. And you guys can see probably all that ductwork if you just pan up and look at the ceiling. I mean, they did a ton of ductwork in here. And another thing to point out, something that I touched on a little bit last week, is that energy efficiency is something that we're really going for here. And so the HVAC crew that we got, or that our general contractor got, are very eco-conscious as well. So we wanted to make sure everything was really well insulated from the ducting. So. But as we leave this room, we'll come back to that other, we actually have another room that could be used for sound booth as well. But what we're entering right here, this is the break area. So a decent sized break area. We'll have, a little kitchenette over here, fridge and all of that. And then this back here is the workroom. So inside of the workroom, this is about 11 foot long here. So we'll have a desk with 2 spaces to sit at and a couple computers, and we'll run a lot of different diagnostics back here and do testing on hearing devices back here as well. Not too big of a space, but big enough for what we would need to use it for. So it'd be nice to have a dedicated area for that. And then the last room, which now that I look at it, it really kind of seems like the biggest room in the entire space, but this here can be almost kind of like a multi-purpose room. I was thinking about putting a second sound booth in here, but now that I think about it, we might be able to just run everything off of a single sound booth and then use this as a multi-purpose space to do some other cool things that we want to do here in the clinic, whether it's with, doing kind of like an experience room with hearing aids, whether we want to turn it into, another office for another individual, an assistant to come in here and do some things like cleaning checks and all of that with patients. But it's a pretty big space. I would say this is probably the biggest room if we were to measure it out square foot wise in the entire clinic. But they've come a long way in this last week, and it's really kind of neat to see it all pulling together here. So thanks guys again for joining us with today's vlog. We should see some really cool stuff over the course of this next week. And just to give you a heads up, next week we're going to have our designer actually in the vlog with me. So I'm going to be able to talk to her about some of the design elements that we're going to be bringing into the clinic. We'll also be talking more about the eco-friendly nature of these different pieces that we're bringing in, because that's again something that's really important to us as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that as well, and I will see you next week.